My name is Tina C. Roberson. I'm 26 years old, and up until 3 months ago, I thought I had everything figured out. I had built a career most people my age only dreamed about, co-founded a financial technology app with my college roommate, and somehow still convinced myself that love meant shrinking just enough to fit beside someone who made me feel chosen. His name was Sebastian Vale. We had been dating for 2 years. I met him at a charity gala in Los Angeles, the kind of event where champagne appeared before you asked for it, and everyone spoke like they were already being photographed. Sebastian worked in luxury real estate, selling multi-million-dollar properties to celebrities, tech executives, and people whose names showed up in magazines before their faces showed up in rooms. He was stunning in that effortless, dangerous way. Confident smile, tailored clothes, the kind of laugh that made people turn their heads. He knew everyone. Private islands, yacht parties, fashion week, film premieres. His Instagram had hundreds of thousands of followers, and somehow, out of all the women orbiting that world, he had chosen me. At least, that was what I told myself. The problems started small. He would glance at my outfit and say, "You can't wear that to Nobu, babe," like he was saving me from embarrassment. He would mention his ex-girlfriend Marissa casually, always wrapped in some comparison I was supposed to pretend did not hurt. "Marissa had a house in the hills by 25, he said once, stirring his drink like it meant nothing. I laughed it off because that was what I did back then. I laughed, adjusted, worked harder, earned more, and tried to keep up with a world that always seemed to move one velvet rope ahead of me. When Sebastian suggested we take a birthday trip to Maui with his friends, I did not hesitate. I booked a suite at the Grand Wailea, dropped $8,000 on the room alone, plus flights, plus the birthday dinner I planned at Mama's Fish House. I told myself it was worth it. I told myself this was what love looked like when you were building memories. We arrived on a Monday afternoon in late July. The group was 8 people total. Sebastian's inner circle. There was Devin, a trust fund guy with a cannabis company, his girlfriend Jade, an influencer who photographed every drink before tasting it, Marissa, yes, that, Marissa, Sebastian's ex-girlfriend who was apparently just a friend now, her new boyfriend Ashton, and 2 other couples I barely knew. From the first day, I felt like an outsider wearing the wrong skin. They had inside jokes, from trips to Tulum and Ibiza. They mentioned private chefs, designer drops, jet services, and parties where people were identified only by first name because everyone was supposed to know who they were. I smiled through conversations about watches that cost more than my first car and handbags that had waiting lists longer than some job applications. Wednesday night was when I first heard the truth. We were in the suite. Our suite, the one I had paid for, pre-gaming before some beach club Sebastian insisted was impossible to miss. Music was loud. Everyone was drinking. I was in the kitchen area making myself a drink when I heard Sebastian's voice from the lanai. "I don't know," he said. "She's sweet, but she's just so basic sometimes. Like, she still gets excited about airport lounges." They laughed. My hand froze on the bottle. Jade asked, "Then why are you with her?" Sebastian sighed. "She's stable. She has money, but she's not showy about it. My parents love her. And honestly, after Marissa, I needed someone who wasn't going to give me drama." "So she's your safe choice," Marissa said. "Exactly," Sebastian replied. "But sometimes I miss the excitement, you know." I put the bottle down quietly. I did not confront him. Not then. Some pain is so sharp at first that your body refuses to move around it. The real humiliation came Friday night, Sebastian's birthday. Dinner at Mama's Fish House had been perfect. I arranged everything, the oceanfront table, the custom cake, the staff bringing it out while everyone sang. The bill was $2,400. Everyone toasted Sebastian, thanked me for hosting, posed for photos, and told me I had outdone myself. For a few hours, I almost believed I belonged. Then we went back to the suite around 11, and Devin suggested poker. They set up at the dining table, cash scattered between glasses and cards. I was not much of a gambler, so I sat on the couch with my laptop, finishing a few work emails I had promised my co-founder, Julia, I would handle before Monday. Around 1 in the morning, Sebastian came over. "Are you seriously working right now?" he asked. "Just wrapping something up." 5 minutes. He looked at me like I had embarrassed him. This is so typical. I closed the laptop. "I'm sorry. I'll join." "Don't bother," he said. "You'll just bring the vibe down." Marissa laughed from the table. "Damn. Tell her how you really feel." The room went quiet for half a second. Then everyone laughed. Sebastian looked at me, half annoyed, half ashamed that I had made him feel ashamed. "If you can't handle my world, go home," he said. Not yelling. Worse than yelling. Clear. Casual. Loud enough for everyone to hear. I stood up. The room watched me. And something inside me went still. "All right," I said. I smiled. I even shrugged. More laughter. They thought I was playing along. Devin called me a good sport. Sebastian rolled his eyes and turned back toward the cards. I walked into the bedroom and closed the door. For 20 minutes, I sat on the edge of the bed, listening to them laugh in the next room. Then, I opened my laptop. There was a red-eye flight leaving Maui at 6:15 a.m. for Los Angeles. I booked it. Then I opened the message thread with Julia. For 3 weeks, she had been begging me to approve the acquisition offer from a larger fintech firm. $40 million. My share, after everyone was paid, would change my life. At 1:47 a.m., I typed, "Accept the offer. Let's close it." She replied within seconds. "Are you serious?" I looked toward the wall. Toward the laughter. Toward the world Sebastian said I could not handle. Completely serious. At 3:30 a.m., I called an Uber. At 4 a.m., I walked out with my bag. Sebastian looked up from the table. "Where are you going?" "Home." "What?" "You told me to go if I couldn't handle your world. So I'm going." Marissa laughed nervously. "Tina..." He was joking. "I wasn't," I said. Then I looked at Sebastian. "We're done. The suite is paid through Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your birthday." He stood, suddenly pale. "Tina, wait." But I was already at the door. I slept through most of the flight. By the time the plane landed at LAX around 9 in the morning, my body felt hollow, like I had left something vital back in that Maui suite. I turned my phone on while waiting for my bag and watched the notifications flood in. 47 text messages, 12 missed calls, most from Sebastian, a few from Devin, Jade, and numbers I did not recognize. I did not open them. I took a rideshare back to my apartment in Santa Monica, walked inside, dropped my suitcase by the door, and stood there in the silence. No ocean view. No expensive suite. No laughter from people who thought I was the joke. Just my place, my couch, my coffee table, the life I had nearly forgotten how to appreciate. I turned my phone off again. Saturday passed in fragments. I slept. Ordered food. Took a shower. Slept again. Every now and then, I would hear Sebastian's voice in my head. "If you can't handle my world, go home." And every time, instead of breaking, something inside me became more certain. Sunday morning, I finally turned my phone back on. Sebastian's messages had gone through every stage. Anger first. "Are you seriously doing this?" Confusion next. "Tina, answer me." Then apology. "I shouldn't have said that." Then anger again. The last message, sent late Saturday night, said, "You're really going to throw away 2 years because of one comment? Pathetic." I blocked him. Julia called that afternoon. "The deal is moving fast," she said. "They want to close in 3 weeks. Are you still good with this?" "Yes." There was a pause. "What happened in Maui?" I looked out the window at the street below. Clarity. The news broke on Wednesday. TechCrunch ran the headline first. Apex Financial acquired by Goldman Fintech Division for $40 million. My name was in the article beside Julia's. My LinkedIn exploded. Investors congratulated us. Former classmates messaged me. A Goldman executive mentioned our app in an interview. and said it could reshape mobile banking for younger users. That was when Sebastian found out. Thursday morning, a call came from an unknown number. I answered before thinking, "You sold the company for 40 million?" I closed my eyes. "Hello to you too, Sebastian. Are you kidding me right now? You're a millionaire and you didn't tell me? We broke up. It isn't your business." "We didn't break up," he snapped. "You just left. Couples fight." "You told me I was boring. You called me your safe choice. You said you missed the excitement with Marissa. I was 10 feet away, Sebastian. I heard everything." Silence. Then softer. "You were eavesdropping? You were talking about me in the suite I paid for." "I didn't mean it like that. I was drunk. It was just guy talk." "And telling me in front of everyone to go home if I couldn't handle your world?" "I was frustrated. You were working during my birthday trip." "I was finishing emails so I could be present for the rest of the night. But it didn't matter. Nothing I did was ever going to be enough because you didn't respect me." His voice cracked. "So what? You dumped me and sold your company out of spite?" "I sold the company because it was the right move. I dumped you because I finally understood that you loved what I provided, not who I was." "That's not true." "You compared me to Marissa. You corrected my clothes. You made me feel small in rooms I helped pay for. I'm done." He started crying then, or trying to. "Please, can we just talk in person?" "No." I hung up and blocked that number too. The money hit my account in late August. After taxes, investors, employees, and everything else, I cleared enough to change my life. I paid off my student loans, bought my parents a house, and set up investments. Then I deleted Instagram, because I did not want to watch Sebastian rewrite the story in real time. Friends told me anyway. Apparently, after the acquisition news, Sebastian posted a long story about knowing someone before money changed them. He made it sound like I had hidden my success, used him for access, then abandoned him once I got rich. The comments turned on him fast. Someone from the Maui trip, Jade, of all people, commented, "You told her to leave because she wasn't fun enough. Don't rewrite history." The story disappeared within an hour. After that, the friend group fractured. Devin unfollowed him. Marissa apparently tried to comfort him, then backed away when he started acting like she owed him loyalty. Sebastian began telling people I had used him for Instagram clout, which was absurd considering he had hundreds of thousands of followers, and I had barely 800 before deleting the app. Meanwhile, I was remembering myself. I started therapy. I reconnected with old friends I had neglected while trying to keep up with Sebastian's life. I took a solo trip to Japan. I read books without checking my phone every 5 minutes. I learned how to surf badly and laughed every time I fell because nobody was there judging whether I looked expensive enough doing it. 3 months have passed since Maui. I am still single and honestly, I like the quiet. Julia and I are working on a smaller project now, something we actually care about. The pressure is different, lighter. 2 weeks ago, I ran into one of Sebastian's wider circle friends at a coffee shop in Venice. She came over carefully. "I'm sorry about how things went down," she said. "A lot of us didn't know the full story." "It's fine," I said. "Water under the bridge." For what it's worth, he's been struggling, lost some brand deals. People started calling him fake. He's talking about moving to New York. I waited for satisfaction to arrive. It didn't. "I hope he figures things out," I said, and I meant it. Sometimes I think about that suite at 4 a.m, the cards on the table, the laughter, Sebastian thinking I would stay because I always had. They thought I was weak for leaving, but walking out that door was the strongest thing I had done in years. He told me to go home because I could not handle his world, so I did. And when I got there, I finally chose mine.